Just a quick heads up. You're about to watch two very, 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 very hardcore Kingdom Hearts fans talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 for about an hour and a half. So if you don't have the time, or if you do like listening to podcasts, this will be the best place to do it. Yeah, let's jump right in. Shout out to Vash. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to check out his content, there's going to be a link to his Twitter and his Twitch in the video. So yeah. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Big Rizzle in the Pizzle. It's Big Red. Anyway, I'm here with my first ever freaking podcast / discussion on a very, very, very close and sentimental game series to my heart, Kingdom Hearts. I am joined today by my boy Vash. Say what's up, buddy.
What's up, guys?
All right, cool. First, I just want to start off with a couple things. I just want to start off with like running up on where the series has come from, like how it all started, and like how we all liked it and how we were introduced to it. Me, I'm just gonna start off with me personally. I got it for my 8th birthday. My mom bought it for me at GameStop. Whatever, I was skipping school. My mom let me get out of school early. Anyway, my mom went back to Disney World. She had bought it for me, and at the time, I thought it was pretty lame because everyone was playing like Rainbow Six and Metal Gear Solid and Hitman, and the GameStop associate was being a little biatch and didn't let me get it. I took it up to the counter. I had got GTA 3. I took it up to the counter, and she's like, "This is rated M for mature." I'll never forget. She had like a piercing on her face, but she's like, "It's rated M for mature. I can't sell this to you." And I just looked at her, and my mom came up, "Why can't you sell it to her?" And I'm like, "Ma, the M stands for multiplayer." And the girl looked at me like she knew I was lying to my mom. She goes, "M stands for mature. There's going to be blood, gore, and violence, and some sexual, whatever." My mom was like, "Oh, no, you can't have that." So she told me to pick something else. So a friend of mine told me about Final Fantasy X. So I was like, all right, let's pick up Final Fantasy X. My mom's like, "No, it's rated T for teen. You're 8. No." I'm like, damn, bro. So the chick's like, "Listen, there's this game called Kingdom Hearts where it's Disney characters." And I'm like, "Oh, this is lame. Fighting Final Fantasy characters." I'm like, "Oh, this isn't lame. Wait, what?" So my mom picks it up. I take it home. And from then on out, it was history. That opening cutscene where you see Sora falling in darkness, how detailed the graphics were for the time. Yeah, it was a wrap. Like, that was
ICG there, yeah. Oh yeah.
How about you? How'd you get introduced to the series?
Yeah, mine was not as cool actually. Mine was just, hey, some guy was playing it that I was friends with. We played the hell out of it, and then for my 11th birthday, I think it was. I got it was maybe I was it was 11. I got a PS2.
Like around release?
I was 11, so it was probably 2003.
Oh, wow.
2002. Yeah.
Wait, you're not older than me.
I think I am. How old are you?
I'm 25.
I'm 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, no, then you were probably like 9, turning 10.
Maybe I was 10.
Because the game came out in like, I think 2000, look it up real quick. I think it was 2002, 2003 the game came out.
2002, 2003? Yeah, that's about right. I guess 5th grade, 4th grade?
I was in the 3rd
about
grade.
9 or 10.
I was in the 3rd grade.
Yep, I was in 4th grade then. So I would have been about 10. But yeah, I got
checking your story. I'm sorry, dude.
No, you're fine, man. So yeah, we got the PlayStation, and the only game I got with it was Kingdom Hearts. That's all I asked for.
Did you get a memory card? You got a memory card?
The thing is, I did not get a memory card.
No one had a memory card for their PS2.
So I played the beginning of the game to Alice in Wonderland, which is the first spot you can go, basically. I played that sequence probably about 3 times before we went to like a Best Buy or Circuit City, lol, and actually got a nice little blue glittery memory card for it. So then after that, it was a wrap.
Man.
And I was in love with it, man. Played all the series games, and here we are, 2019, still a big fan.
Dude, honestly, when it came to your memory card issue, I think literally half of America went through that.
Right, man.
I had played up to Deep Jungle like 17 times.
Right. Yes, dude.
And I had the old school like TV cabinet that had doors to close in front of the television. So I would turn the TV off, close the cabinet, but leave my PS2 on, hoping my mom wouldn't notice. I'd come home and be off, and I'm like, shit.
Yep.
All that progress.
Memory cards, man. That's a big yikes. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it was a great, awesome game series for me to like kind of get into console gaming, and that's kind of where I found my love for JRPGs now. So
yeah, same here. Except I had my cousins just like constantly bombarding me with, "You play 10 yet? There's this chick named Lulu. She got big knockers." I'm like, dude, I can't.
Yeah, Lulu was packing, that's for sure. Yeah,
sure
no
was,
disputing that. She like was the original big titty goth girl. You know what I mean?
Oh yes. Started the trend for everyone. But
Exactly.
out of the series, like 2.5, whatever, like all this, even the spin-offs, what is your favorite title? Because personally, mine is always gonna be 2.
Yeah, I'd have to say 2.5, whatever you want to call it, is the best in the series. Even after playing 3, I still admit that 2 is
It's the best one. It's superior in many ways, and you know what?
very, very much.
And honestly, I think when it comes to like us saying 2 is the best, is because we're a little spoiled because we finally got Final Mix, and that's like the standard now. I feel bad because honestly, I'm really referring to this Kingdom Hearts 3 as vanilla Kingdom Hearts 3 because I know something is coming out where you can fight all the Secrets of Darkness, like in some data realm or something.
That would be cool.
I know it's coming.
I would like that, and yeah, we'll talk about that. I guess DLC speculation in a little bit.
So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on 3? Like in its gameplay mechanics first. Let's address that.
So okay, I have 2 perspectives on it, and I like to not have a bias when I review games. So as a whole, for me, as a personal nostalgic game, enjoyed it. I played it for 27 hours straight. I actually was 27 hours is when I beat the game, and I actually fell asleep playing for 2 hours, and then I got back up and woke up and finished the game. So 25 hours, I guess, is what it was.
Some damn dedication.
I was dedicated, bro. I was going at it.
I waited 13 years for this shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I was super hyped about it. I loved every second of it. There are a ton of flaws with it, but I do think that for me it was a good game. I think that they did a pretty good job with it overall for the fans. That being said,
just for appeasing us story wise.
Yeah, and if I was gonna say hey, my roommate plays and he's thinking about should I get Kingdom Hearts 3? I was like,
play 1
maybe wait. Well, maybe wait till it goes on sale.
$39.99, $49.99. This is
or
a $50
wait till
game, dog. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. So I mean, take away what you want from it, but at the core, it's a good game for those Kingdom Hearts fans. It's a good game in general, but
being a good game.
You're gonna be kind of lost in the story, and there's also a lot of just little things that I would change in it.
And honestly, no matter what production value they put into it, it's never gonna satiate a 13-year wait. And honestly,
exactly.
it's not. And
no way you can tell a game that it's 13-year wait.
It's not. And at first I was going really hard on it on Twitter and on my channel, oh, this is some bull crap. How are they gonna introduce Demix and Vexen, and then Demix is nothing to be spoken of? There's got to be some stuff that's left on the chopping block, and they're not putting it in the game. And then I really thought about it. I'm pretty sure they're saving this for DLC like that. Okay, this is going to spoiler talk. No. So mechanic wise, I'm going my part.
Okay.
It's a good game. It's not the greatest game in the series. I want to say I'm gonna tell you my top 3. It's Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts 1. And the reason why I say Kingdom Hearts 1 is third, because people be like, what? It's because, dude, it was the first ever wonky, big shoes, flying around, clunky fighting system. And it wasn't bad. It was just, you could tell it was the first time trying it.
And I would have to agree with you, but I would say it's hard for me to pick a third just because I did play Dream Drop Distance on the PlayStation 4 and not the 3DS, and the HD remake. I guess it was HD remake, right, of Dream Drop?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, that game is so good. It's so fun.
Balloonga though, and Balloongaza, whatever. Balloon is a very broken item.
Oh yeah.
God dang it! You helped me so much.
That's how I got through Proud Mode on it.
I didn't even do Proud Mode, bro.
Oh no, yeah, you had to do that Proud Mode. It's actually pretty fun, especially the last boss with
Ansem?
I don't know if I'm spoiling anything, but yeah, Zemnis or
it
wasn't Ansem.
6 years,
it was
bro. It's their fault at this
young
point.
Xehanort, yeah.
Oh, young Xehanort,
I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no, yeah, because I heard he spams that freak out of Time Splicer or whatever.
Yeah, man. That fight was not fun for the first 5 minutes I was trying to do it because I was dying in 2 hits. It was not good.
Ridiculous, that bastard. When it comes to 3, when it mechanic wise, it's good. Fighting system's good, but there are some things that really don't need to be there. And
the command system's got
the command
its faults,
system,
sure.
The command system's good. I'm talking about the traction flows. Look, they're nice. They're very cinematic, but that's it. I feel like they were I feel like that the cutting table of Tetsuya Nomura was all right, we need it to be cool. Add the rides. I'm like, how are we gonna implement that into the story? Just put it in there. And that's how I felt. I'll be fighting Xehanort, and then they'll say press triangle for magical carousel. I'm like, you cannot press it, but how are you not gonna press it?
it takes you out of that cool moment of
Pulls
like,
you out
man,
of
I'm
the
fighting this like
experience.
JRPG boss, and then all of a sudden you're in these teacups. Like, come on, man.
Like,
Like
what is
the
this?
cool one, the roller coaster with like when they
The
tried to
train,
recreate the
Magic
Heartless
Mountain,
battle. Yeah, dude,
that was
I was
dope.
kind of just like,
That
that's
was,
cool,
but it
but
pulled me out.
it didn't feel like the Battle of 1,000 Heartless or whatever it was
It
in Kingdom Hearts 2.
it felt like it on okay. So we're gonna I guess I'm gonna dub that out of the pulling you out of the experience. There are multiple things that have done that. Air stepping is nice, and I've seen people utilize it, but the things they implemented to give us that wow factor, like the Big Magic Mountain air stepping, it doesn't fall anywhere in lore. Which, I mean, it's a Disney game that crossed over with Final Fantasy characters, so there should be no grounds to reality. But these things pull you out. It pulled me out. Like that
Yeah,
magic teacup, that Big Magic Mountain, it's cool and all that, but there's got a way to implement that into the story. You get those things out the gate. Like it just shows
yeah,
up on your command bar. Usually
yep.
like a summon, like you go to, Simba, like you hang out with him in the party. He's like, I want to be with you guys. I'm in your heart. Okay, he's in our heart. We can use him now. That Big Magic
Yeah,
Mountain was like,
the summons were kind of lame too, just because like they were actually cool at heart, but you didn't actually see the character unless you summoned them. Like there wasn't really a reason you got it. It was just like, oh, here you
it
go,
was
here's Simba.
there. The only one that made sense, but it's because Simba. Yeah, he's not, because come on, bro. It's Kingdom Hearts. Simba's been there since
Oh
the
yeah.
beginning, bro.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like they didn't have a kind of way to get that summon like you're talking about. So there
It was
wasn't like a
how
world
did we
because
get
then you get
him? It was
you get
Toy
Genie
Story, right?
in. Yeah, I think Toy. Wait, was it in Frozen? No, maybe it wasn't Toy Story.
Frozen was I-
Rocket? No.
no. You got Simba somewhere in the early worlds. I know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might have been Toy Story then, for sure.
I don't
Uh, but
know.
yeah, I just did not like any of the carousel stuff for sure. I didn't even use summons honestly. They just felt kind of and the dream. What were the dream meters or
Oh,
the dream?
the Dream Eaters, the wobbly cat, whatever.
Yeah, that just was so underwhelming for me. I just was like, they just gave it to me randomly
It's
too,
like,
and
all
didn't
right,
really
hey,
explain the character. It's just like, here, you can summon this random like cat that's gonna just like body slam people, but
everything in sight. Like
but
just go.
it was fun at heart. I get it, but it would be cool to see like a little more backstory with it, like maybe like Yen Sid. It's like, oh hey,
Like
sorry you
the
forgot
Dream
this
Eater was
character.
with
Yeah,
you.
like
Blah 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 blah.
yeah.
I
So
wanna. So we can definitely agree when it comes to mechanics and like the combat. It's good, but there are things that pulled us out.
yep.
And it also felt kind of cheap, as in like, oh, you're struggling, huh? Tap trunk real quick, get in that pirate boat, make sure, and no one will touch you for like a good half hour. Like, sweet.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. It just
Yeah,
felt
ship was pretty OP.
Yeah, it was. It was super OP. Another thing I want to point out was the Keyblade transformations. They were something they really like pushed out like in like press conferences and like the showing of the game, and then you realize 6 of the Keyblades copy the other 6 when it comes to their function. Like what?
Yeah, and the weird one that I would like to talk about too is the Monsters Inc. has yo-yos, and
Yeah.
it's the Toy Story has a hammer. Like maybe like Monsters Inc. has like hard hats and stuff, right? So like you're thinking like it's an industrial job kind of thing. So maybe having the hammer from Toy Story
Would
and then
work.
switching that with the yo-yos to
Or
then
having
the
the
Toy Story.
canister, or having the canister be a hammer, and like the fumes coming out of the canister gives it propulsion to like slam down on something.
Oh yeah, exactly. But
I feel
just
like
felt
the
like it
toys,
didn't
the
match.
yo-yos, should have been flipped with the Toy Story because it's a toy.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I didn't really get the transformations on that. I would kind of say that the Keyblade transformations are a little OP as well.
Super OP.
Um,
I completely punished with the double arrow guns. I punished everyone in sight.
oh yeah, dude, those were my favorite
Like,
until I
just caught them
got
lacking. Like, boy, you.
until I got what was the Pirates of the Caribbean
Oh
Keyblade.
yes, the
That
high
one,
wind.
that one was
That
high
thing is
wind. Well, the high
broken,
wind's the
bro.
transformation for the spear, right? And then it's the flag, the banner
The-
flag.
yeah, it's I think it's high fly or something like that, or something
Oh,
like that.
oh my gosh, that was the coolest one for sure. I was like, this is actually what I like about this. The I guess the Big Hero 6 one was a kind of a letdown.
It was,
That
dude. Okay, for sure. Let's talk about this. I just want to point out 3 things. Why was it such a moral dilemma for Hero to destroy that other Baymax? It is literally not the same Baymax. It is an evil version
Right.
of the Baymax. Like,
right.
it's Baymax's heart. I'm like, no, bro. It's combat program in there. That's not like what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, and he's like acting like Baymax will be completely destroyed, and I'm like, bro, that's not
He's
the
right
original
behind
Baymax.
you,
Like, he's
waving.
right behind you. Yeah, like what? So yeah,
Yeah.
I was very confused about that too. I feel like they just, like I said, they shoehorned a
Shoehorned-
lot of things.
You know about the whole Go ahead, because this is gonna switch off to something else. I'll let you finish though. It felt shoehorned.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just saying a lot of things in the game felt shoehorned, like from the
After Monsters Inc.,
mechanics.
it feels shoehorned, bro.
Well, yeah, not even story aspect, but if we're talking about technical side still, like the Keyblade transformations, I mean, just the aesthetic of the Keyblades, to even like the summons and like the Dream Eater, right? Yeah.
Dream Eater.
So and then the castle ride, or not castle rides, but the Disney rides and all, like, and the attraction stuff. I can't remember what that's called either.
They're called
One of the
attraction
commands.
flows. Everything's like
Attraction flows,
something
that's
on
what
a
it
flow. Flow motion. Flow motion was done nice. I'll give it that. They
Yeah,
could no
I
longer
think it
expand
was. It was put, yeah, exactly. It wasn't too OP. It was something that was just like, here's this kind of gameplay
That you're used
mechanic that
to.
you can use to,
Yeah.
and that you can use to like get away faster, and you can actually like go into Sora's kit and put more abilities on him to make it stronger. So I feel like they did that really, really well. I feel like magic in this game is very not balanced at all, because you can just hit thunder late game and just destroy everything that's in the area.
I did that to grind level 99 literally this morning.
Oh yeah, no, I did the same thing. I was just at the mansion.
Oh,
I went to the mansion. Yeah,
I did the
because the mansion
Frozen
was,
battle gate. It gives you like 76,000 every run.
yeah, it was something like 50 or 60 every time I looked up,
Like
and
thunder,
I was
thunder,
just
bitches.
spamming that, just thunder, thunder, thunder. That's it. So other than that, though, I don't feel like we're talking a lot of positives, but I'll go back to that. I do
Yeah.
like the Keyblades did feel good at their base form. Sora's
Yes.
like air combos felt really good. Not as good as Kingdom Hearts 2.
You
Uh,
know what Keyblade really like it finessed me. Like at first I didn't use it at all. I thought it was a piece of shit. The Never
Which
After
one is-
Keyblade.
Never After. Which one is that one?
The
Is that the
Tangled. That Keyblade.
Oh, really?
That yo.
Oh,
have you-
the
have-
magic one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
That crap did crowd control like a mother freaker during the 10,000
I did that.
fight.
I did that in. So I didn't use it that fight. I used it in Toy Story World the whole time. And
Oh, you did. You did. Well, so what order did you? Did you do Olympus Coliseum, Twilight Town, Toy Story, or Olympus Coliseum, Twilight Town,
yeah.
Corona?
Olympus Coliseum, Twilight Town, Corona, and then Toy Story.
Oh,
Right? Did I say Toy Story twice? No.
No. Well, dang, I went right. I went straight to Toy Story. Then I did Corona because I was spazzing. I was geeking. I was like, yo, Toy Story, let's go there.
I like to do well. When I was playing on standard, so what I like to do is I like to play the higher level battle level,
Yeah.
the worlds first, and then go to the second one, just so it's kind of like, I don't know, because I think they scale. So
They do. It'll
when-
say
once
battle
you-
level like 20 something. Then other will be like 30.
Yeah, so I like to have a little more challenge on it, because otherwise it's not really that fun. But
No.
I will say with that Corona Keyblade, the ending of it where you go into that tower, that sequence
That
is
thing
so
broke.
long.
It's so
It's
powerful.
broken,
You can
but
skip
it's
it
so
though.
long. Can you skip it?
Yes, you just go into
Oh,
the
maybe I'm
menu.
just tripping then. Oh,
You ain't
okay.
tripping.
Oh,
I
I
didn't
did do
fi- I
that
didn't
afterward.
figure it
No, I
out.
did do that.
I didn't figure it out till halfway. Until I was halfway done.
Yeah, no, I did actually end up doing that. I actually, you're gonna laugh at this. I didn't know that you could use L2 to
Oh, switch throughout the
cycle
situation commands.
commands. and
I
was
didn't know
really
till
bad
like
about that
I didn't
until
know
I
until
beat the
Twilight
game.
Town. Did you beat the
See,
game?
I beat the game,
So I'm
and I
pretty
didn't
sure
even
you was
know that.
mashing through those commands trying to get them out the way to get a certain one.
Oh yeah. If I had a Keyblade transformation, I was like, get this damn teacup out the way so I can get this transformation done.
I would
and
double
this
tap like
dude's ass.
when I got an attraction flow. I would just press triangle to activate it. Then I press triangle to do the finisher instantly. Like when I get it.
Yeah.
Way.
That was sick. Yeah. So I do think that we are kind of, as we are shitting on it, it did have a
It
very,
did have
very
its good
good.
times.
It had its great times. But yeah, there's little things that I would, and that's the thing about a good game mechanic is once something's really good, I feel like you can tell that what the little things are that make it bad, that kind of drop it down.
For one,
So-
it's air stepping, dog. Like I'm seeing it well implemented outside of like situations. Air stepping, like when you hold the target and then press square and you fly to them. But
Mhm.
like how they played it and showed it and displayed it during like scenes and showcasing it at conventions and crap. It's like, dude, I thought it was gonna be like this awesome function, but you only used it a total of 4 times. Like the tutorial level in Olympus where you fly up the mountain, and then against the tornado boss Titan, and then in Frozen when you climb up the wall, and then the last time is in Pirates of the Caribbean for that boss
Yeah.
fight, and then like that's it.
That boss fight was actually pretty cool. not
It
gonna lie.
was but you used the flying heartless function more than the actual air step itself. You're on that heartless the
Yeah.
whole time.
That's
Uh,
true. That's very true. I did enjoy that world for sure.
Pirates-
Pirates. A lot of people I read that they didn't like that as much.
I didn't. Bro. I
but
didn't.
I actually really think it was pretty well done for a Pirates level, because Pirates in Kingdom Hearts 2 was actually my least favorite level.
It's so empty. Port Royal
It
is
is.
empty.
I
And
hate
you know
Port
what?
Royal.
not the fact that I bring that up. I want to talk about how empty some worlds are, and it's like there is no replay value to certain worlds. Honestly, besides the lucky emblems and the Fantastics to get the ultimate weapon,
Yeah.
Pirates is empty, bro. Like there's NPCs there, but you can't interact with any of them.
Yeah, those felt kind of empty in Corona as well at the castle area.
Oh yeah, it looks
But
nice, but like
I think the cool part is tracking the trophies afterwards. Like I really did like the fact that like, oh, kill 300 ships or whatever. And I actually did like the naval combat in the game. I thought it
yeah,
was really
naval
well
combat
done.
was dope. It reminds me
I
of
actually
Black
like too
Flag.
that. Yeah, man, it was like a dumbed down Black Flag. I really liked that. It was like it's something that you could kind of control. What I didn't like is the loading times. That's the whole game though. That's the biggest gripe I have about Kingdom Hearts 3 is the loading times are insanely long.
30 seconds to a minute and a half. It's
Yeah,
shit,
mine's 15 to 30, and that's even too long for me.
30
So I was
minutes.
like, no, 30 seconds,
Oh,
15 seconds to 30 seconds. Like just when like you see the little heart in the, I think it just
the
happened when you got
rotating
to this
heart.
fight.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's happening right now.
And it's just like, come on, man. Like it's 2019.
There
You
should be
gotta
like
optimize your games, man.
if it's gonna load, at least have something happening in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Something you can do, like like I don't know if you played any of the other, like the Budokai games
Oh
where you
heck
could
yeah, you
like
spin the
smash
analog
the
sticks like
sticks. Yeah,
crazy.
dude. You could see the
Yeah.
Cybermen grow and all that. Like, oh, dude, that'd have been
The
cool.
worst one was the
Like,
Yamcha dying. Like the more you rotate, the more Yamcha bodies pop up. That was in Tenkaichi 3, I think, or something. It was something like that.
yeah.
I was like, wow.
See that's loading screens done right. It's like, hey, we understand that we didn't optimize this game the best we could, but here you go. Here's a little mini game that you can play. And that'd be cool to have like a little gummy ship or something like that, maybe. I don't know. But either way, I don't think that they should have had it released with these kind of loading screens. I mean, maybe with an SSD it's tolerable.
Like honestly,
I
a game like
played on
this should not
RHDD.
be released in 2019. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, if we got this back in
2017, even latest.
2015, I would have said even like
15. Nah.
yeah. I'm saying that this game should have come out around then, and the fact that it took so long is kind of
Well,
unacceptable.
Yeah, it is unacceptable. Like a game, but like I said, it's the game literally launched like 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true.
But that dives into the development thing I was actually going to get into. The whole thing what happened in development. The engines had to get switched over, right?
Yep.
So this explains honestly the whole pacing of the game towards the end and the shoehorning of certain functions and mechanics. It can really be explained by the fact they had to switch engines halfway through production. And let's be real, a game is not completely done in pre-production. Like once they have like 40% of the game actually panned out, well done and thought through, they actually kick it into production, and the later half is being done simultaneously. I really believe that they had, like I said, Toy Story Corona. There's a Heartless missing. Toy Story Corona, and dang, Woody gave him the hands, bro. Damn.
I saw that, dude. Smacked him right in the face.
I feel like they had the first set of worlds completely done, thought out, ironed out on paper, pencil, and were actually like rendering it on a computer, and then the whole system crashed. So they had the first set of the game done, thought out well, and they knew how to port it over. But that second half got condensed and like trying to meet a deadline, because like it went from hearing nothing about Kingdom Hearts to 1 year just constant like bam 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 bam
Yep.
bam.
And it just shows, and this, I don't know if anybody here has played Final Fantasy 15
Oh my god,
on
yes.
release. It's reminded me so much of Final Fantasy 15 in the fact of like, hey, here's a good game, like it's pretty cool. Hey, we gotta rush this
underdeveloped.
up actually.
It's
Yeah,
underdeveloped. We gotta
it's
give
just
it a second.
underdeveloped. Like it could have been an amazing like masterpiece of a game, but there's just like you said, underdeveloped. It could have been so much better if they put a little more time into it. Obviously, I would have even been okay waiting another year for a
I
Kingdom
would have been
Hearts
okay
game,
for a
Kingdom Hearts
holiday
3.
2019 release, because I know it's
Yeah.
coming.
Exactly.
And, like,
So
who
I
knows?
think they were just like they knew people were just really anxious to get it, and it's just been like, dude, it's
It
14 years
got
old.
delayed, bro. So like, even then, come on, fam. Like, what was your
Oh, yeah.
reason? Just tell us.
But-
We're just mad that you didn't tell us why. You're not telling us why.
But I get it. Nomura's busy. He's got a lot of things
Taking
on his
on
plate.
too many projects at one time.
Always, Mr.
He
Busy
announced
Boy.
5 years before it's supposed to be announced.
Oh, that's another one that got pushed in development too, because they
They're
were doing
still working on
Cyber
episode 1 of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Cyber Connect 2 had it, and then now they're doing it in house, right? So they
like, what's
just
going
scrapped
on,
the whole
buddy?
thing. So I mean, I understand. I respect a
Yeah,
developer's
if they jack
decision to
up
do
Final
that.
Fantasy VII, they're going bankrupt. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, Square's in trouble.
We're gonna
if
buy
they-
our
if they mess
copies.
that
We
up.
are gonna buy the copies, but holiday season
Yeah.
money, holiday season runs, and like
What I
DLC
hope,
guns. It's not gonna work out.
what I'll never see, and what I hope to see is that they do Final Fantasy 8 and 9 remake,
No,
because
9,
I
8,
want those games so
8.
bad.
Okay, before
If Final Fantasy sounds good, but
we're
we'll talk about that
we're
later.
about to hop off gears for a second. I just want to bring up how underdeveloped 8 feels. No matter how far into the future we are right now, when we go back and play 8, there's certain things mentioned and brought up like, that's interesting. Then you beat the game. What the freak? Why is this Academy a floating spaceship? And why is Sid an alien? What? What?
I understand that. But I loved 8. 8 will forever be like, people talk about how awesome Cloud is, but Leon was the boy.
My boy was getting side dude. He was getting side duded by Renoa the whole time. Didn't even know it.
I mean, rest in peace. Let's have a silence for our boy Squall. But
rest in peace.
But yeah, we'll get back on track with the Kingdom Hearts stuff, because we're going way off. We can do another podcast on that for sure.
So we talked about the freaking mechanics. We talked about what happened in development. I really just want to switch gears into why does it feel like this? What is it? What is the one thing that made you just like, oh, why is this a choice? Story-wise, why is there Heartless popping up? Story-wise, for me, it was as soon as Big Hero 6 popped off and I saw Replica Riku, I'm like, Jesus Christ, they're doing this now? They're doing this.
The replica thing was a little annoying.
It was. And then Sora, how do you not know that's Riku? Like, how do you not know that's not Riku? Like, he's like, it looks like Riku a year younger. I'm like, dude, it is him a year younger. He's here.
And I don't like to talk about the story because it's very convoluted and very, I don't want to use the word shoehorned again, but
it's
damn.
Shoehorned, man. Like, what we doing?
Yeah, like they just tried to, I feel like they had plot holes on plot holes on plot holes that they had to cover up with just like bullshit.
Felt like they were pulling at a thread and it came undone, bro.
No, that's a great analogy. Yeah, it's just a sweater that just did not fit there. But I didn't like any of that. I didn't like, if we want to look at the worlds too, like Corona was just like, oh, you don't even see Sora and Goofy or anything doing or like meddling or whatever, but it's just the actual movie. Like Frozen is just the actual movie. And maybe there was some kind of thing with like Disney where they didn't want it to be yeah, maybe, I don't know, but those just felt very underwhelming as worlds. I didn't those worlds at all. I think Frozen was probably the worst world in the game.
It is empty, desolate, and they put the most annoying mini game in there to force.
I think
you
it's
to come
the
back.
longest. Yep, and it's the longest. It's to get that Orb Chocolate Plus, dude. If you guys are doing that, it is fun to try to get all 10 of those stupid freaking like ice stones, I guess.
Yes, and
prizes.
Keep track of which ones you got, cause please, I struggled today.
Yeah. Oh no, it was. Oh, you did it today? Yeah,
I did it today, and I reached level 99 today. I was like, before I do this podcast, I got to give this game a legit run for everything.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's fun to do that, especially like I did have fun making the ultimate weapon. It wasn't as fun as like Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, because you feel like you're progressing naturally when you do the ultimate weapon. This one felt like a grind.
The flan things were stupid. I hated that.
It was a cheap like extender for gameplay value.
It was like, hey, take pictures of this like flan.
That was the most hardest one because you're like the poses are obvious, but when they pop them back up,
yeah, that one I hated. It was really bad. But story wise, yeah, story wise, well, if we're gonna shit on it, if we're talking about story, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like really, really, really poorly done. They didn't really emphasize a lot on a lot of the things. Like, okay, maybe do this. Maybe I'm not understanding it. But how is Terra not Ansem?
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Okay. We're gonna. Since you're bringing that up, I want to talk about another thing too.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, spoilers. we're about to address two things that are existing at the same time that can't use each other's powers. So if Terra. So, by the way, all these people that you're seeing in the new organization, the true Organization 13, they're all vessels. They're all like replicas.
They're all replicas, yep.
Yeah. So, my thing is this. How can a replica bind and hold another person's heart inside of them? 1. 2. How can they bind and hold their heart and control it? It doesn't make sense. They're a replica. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. So... I'm gonna address the one thing, and then with the thing you brought up, I'm gonna let you try and explain that because I'm standing for it. Terra, how is Terra's lingering will? Now we've all established the lingering will is just his sentiment and his actual like thoughts embodied in his armor. How is that there? But then again, when Terra breaks free from Ansem or Zayn Terranort, his will is inside that Dark Guardian at the same time. I don't. What? It
I
makes
don't
it's
know.
epic. How it's epic, but like, please explain. Don't just do that.
Yeah, so I think what you're talking about, right? Let me explain
I
or
will
what I'm saying.
set this right. That
It,
scene.
yeah, the whole like guardian thing
It's
that Ansem
cool.
had, like
Yes.
maybe if he was like always in there, but like if I understand this right, what I was talking about earlier too is, correct me if I'm wrong, Birth by Sleep,
Mhm.
Terra's body gets taken over by Xehanort to
Mhm.
create Ansem, which is the first boss you face in Kingdom Hearts 1, right?
Yeah, the
With the
main
big
villain.
guardian, come
Mhm.
guardian, yeah, that guy. So
Submit. All right. Sorry.
how is Terra the one that literally kills every, spoilers by the way, he actually kills, Donald dies, who else dies? Basically everybody dies actually,
Yeah, and
except
then
for Sora.
it's about to walk into something else that doesn't make sense as well. And you know what I'm talking about? The reset thing. Like I was
Yeah,
kind
the
of right with
reset.
my theory video, but whatever.
Yeah, but I just didn't understand how Terra doesn't look like Ansem. Like they're two separate entities, like white-haired Terra and then Ansem, like grown-up Terra with like Xehanort in him or whatever.
Oh,
So I
so
don't know.
so you mean Terranort, and then the person you mean Ansem's Heartless, the one that claimed to be Xehanort's Heartless that claimed to be Ansem. Why they don't look the same?
No, why are they different people? I didn't know that Terranort was even another person. Like, is that a replica of
So
like?
they're all replicas. The thing is, Terranort. See, it's getting convoluted right now because replicas. Okay, so just to make things right, Terra, when he got possessed by Xehanort, got amnesia, right? And then
Uh,
he fought Aqua, lost his memory, and where am I going? He lost his memory, and he got found by Ansem, and then that's when he became Xehanort. He dubbed himself Xehanort, even though it's Terranort. It's Terra possessed by Xehanort. That person, Terranort named himself Xehanort. Xehanort became a Heartless, which became Xehanort lost his heart, became a Heartless and a nobody, Xemnas, and then Ansem, what we call Ansem. That's his Heartless. Why they don't look the same, I don't know.
okay, yeah. So that's all I needed to know. I
I
guess
don't
is
know.
just that there's just this plot hole that's just like, hey, oh my God, it's Terra. Oh my God, he's got that like crazy keyblade. Oh dude, he's like wrecking everybody. But wait, why is Ansem here too with a black cloak if Terra's just here in like Terra gear
The
and
thing is, his
white hair?
body. So Xehanort has gotten all the times he's possessed, all his vessels, essentially his vessels from different time periods. There, he has vessels waiting for them to show up with their hearts there, because you can only flow through time only through your heart form. Like you can't bring your body.
Yeah.
So he had
Mhm.
vessels waiting for them there, thanks to Vexen or Evan. You want to call him Evan now. The reason why they're existing at the same time, like I said, I don't know until I don't know. I still don't know. Like they are the same person, right? Essentially.
Okay.
His heart is a Heartless, and his Heartless is there, but he's there at the same time. This is not open. I'm pretty sure I opened this. Anyway,
Oh, gotta get that 100%.
got that Mega Elixir. Whoa, Mega
Thank
Elixir. Whoa, that was an M, not an N, guys. Anyway,
you.
um, I still don't know. I know, like, because we've played it, but like how to form it into words, because it doesn't make sense fully. I don't want to
Yeah.
take the credit for explaining it, because believe me, the Kingdom Hearts fan base is ravenous. They'll be like, "You're wrong, nigga." I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that they will tell us one way or another that no, you guys are stupid. You didn't pay attention, and I was okay. That's fine. That's go. That's okay. I'm not like deep into that lore, especially on the handheld titles. I remember, dude, I played Birth by Sleep when I was like a junior in high school, I think, on a
I played Birth.
PSP.
Yeah, I played it. I played it 2012. I was like 2 years late.
Yeah. So I'm like, and that's the thing too is my PSP actually got stepped on in class,
Oh, and the whole back fell out.
and my whole SD card was messed up, so I couldn't play it in a while, and I had to start over and actually play it through. So that game was very kind of like I don't remember a lot of the story in that one, and I didn't play it on the remixes because they weren't actually it wasn't HD, was it? That
Yeah,
was
it
the one that
was. It
looked like
was. It
trash.
was. It was
Oh,
HD.
okay.
Oh no. For the remixes, yeah, it was HD. But for the PSP release, not. That was trash. Straight boo boo.
Yeah, it was straight like 20, 40, 420p or something. I don't know,
It was
but
like
yeah,
480. Yeah,
the,
480.
the especially that one, and then I didn't play. Okay, not a true fan. I get it. I didn't play. What was the one with Shion or whatever?
358 over 2 days. What the does that even mean? Like, you know what? We're moving another territory here. Let me chill out.
In my mind, when people ask me about that game, I told them it's not canon, and that's why when I saw Shion in the game, I was like, why? Why is she here? Why is this
What do
cool?
you
And
mean?
a lot of people like Shion, and I understand
I
that, but
like
from
her.
my perspective, I am just like, I mean, she's a cool character for sure, but I just don't like that whole story arc with like her and Axel, and maybe it's because I didn't play the game, but I just thought it was like,
You're telling
it's,
people off rip it's not canon, like just dismissing it. Like I don't want to talk about it.
to
It's
me,
not
to
canon.
me, it's not canon. I'm not saying to anybody else, you can obviously it is canon, but to me, in my brain, I just don't count that game because it was not fun. I played it on my friend's DS because I didn't have one at the time, and I played maybe 2 hours of it, and I was like, this doesn't feel like Kingdom Hearts, and the story's really weird. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Spamming the
But
freak out of thunder like you were talking about earlier, by the way.
exactly, dude. And then you get that Thunderza. Oh, Thunderza's actually okay. The great mage like commands are actually really cool.
Dude, when
Like, I love
Donald
that. Or Grand Mage.
Flare, spoilers. When Donald did Zeta Flare,
Zeta
dude,
Flare, yeah.
in Final Fantasy V, if you do Zeta Flare, your character instantly dies. No Phoenix Down will bring them back. You have to go to a save point.
Oh my gosh.
So when Donald did that, I knew like this mother freaker has ascended God form. This nigga is above Ultra Instinct Shaggy right now. Like, like seriously, Donald has ascended, bro. Like he might have, like he could have been Grand Kai, like the Grand Priest. Like just Donald's that dude. He didn't even hesitate. Goofy's like, Donald, don't. This nigga didn't hear. He's like, what? Boom. I don't know. That scene makes up for every single time he did not heal me.
Yeah,
he didn't
that
hesitate.
scene was actually.
He sacrificed himself. Didn't even think about
and
it.
I think that is the best scene in Kingdom Hearts 3.
3?
I think that is the best scene to me. Is that moment because yeah, it's usually a story that you don't have any loss. It's always like the good guys win.
At the
And to see everything and to see Sora sit there and cry and be like, I'm literally nothing without these people, and just like go to like a place like
that
below
Emperor
zero.
Palpatine feel like yes, tears flow. It's like no,
Yeah.
he's sad, dog. Yeah.
So like even like Riku's like, yo, Sora pulls you up together, and then Riku gets pulled in, and then you're just like, oh, dude, like what?
No, the player then realizes, shit, we're screwed. If Riku's gone, yeah.
But I felt like they could have done the execution better on like, oh, you're just going to this like crazy sky mirage place that you have to collect your
pieces,
parts. Yeah, like.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that whole situation in the time reset.
Yeah,
how are they gonna explain that? They have not explained it. Who in their what? How in Kingdom Hearts period? Even when they did introduce freaking time resetting, and they explained it to a certain extent. This scene, they didn't say shit. They're just like, Sora reset time. How?
Yeah.
His power of his heart.
Yeah.
No. Essentially,
and it was.
So
it was something with like Union Cross too, like they had
Starletzia's there. I respect that. I respect that.
I was cool with that. I didn't play Union Cross at all. I kind of like watched a little bit of it.
Followed in on it though, right?
Yeah. But I thought that was cool how they did that. But the whole thing, like getting your part pieces and going through time, I thought was kind of like a cheap way after a really good scene too. I think that's what ruined the scene for many people. Maybe
shoehorn
is because
like retcon a certain debt, like they retcon
is a perfect glue. Yeah, and I was just kind of like, I felt cheated as a player there, or actually as a fan, really. I felt cheated. Like it's kind of weird that you just like turn back time and you know
without explaining shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
whatever.
Couldn't even do that. He had to explain himself.
I had to say that to myself a lot playing this game. Okay, it's Kingdom Hearts. Whatever.
Right. Yeah, we've fallen into that group, like honestly, where it's like, all right, fine. But there's only one way, and someone explained it pretty well on Reddit. I don't know the thing right now. I don't know the post that was on, but they explained it pretty well. Apparently, when Xehanort was explaining traveling through time, you know, a piece of their heart has to be outside of their body, and the only way they can travel through time is if it's through their heart. You need to have a vessel waiting for you at your arrival point, and there needs to be a vessel waiting. You need to have a vessel of yourself waiting at your departure point. So essentially, how it was explained was when Sora lost his heart or died or whatever, his heart left his body, and his heart was still strong enough to maintain who he was. You know how she was like, oh, you found a way to stay yourself inside of here. Well, collect yourself, get yourself together, and go back. Apparently, and this is just the guy's theory, it's not written in stone, it's not confirmed.
Yeah.
But, Xehanort, how he traveled through time was the same exact method. His heart left his body, and he traveled collecting himself, trying to make himself whole. And when he finally made himself whole, he looked at the whole entire timeline and thought, where should I travel to? Like, how do I get back? And he's like, I'm going to pick this point in time because I was there, and I'm going to go there. Sora, I must have done the same thing. Like, hey, I was alive right before Riku got killed. I want to go back to that point and recollect myself there. And that's how it happened. And it makes sense in a way, but can you please explain it at the time? Like, and this late in the game, we shouldn't have to, like, explore and answer. Like, just explain it to us now, because we waited. We've done our time.
And that's where it goes back to the whole story feeling rushed again, where they should have.
Pacing.
Yeah, exactly. The pacing was trash. Not gonna lie, you might be mad at me for saying that, but
I'm not
it
mad
was
at all.
bad. It was bad.
This
It
game
was.
isn't even in my top 3. And it's Kingdom Hearts 3, like this coveted
Yeah.
golden chalice people were waiting for. It's not even in my top 3. It's not.
It wasn't until I beat the game that I was like excited for Kingdom Hearts 4 or
Whatever it's gonna
Dream
be.
Drop Distance 2 is what I'm
I don't
thinking.
even know,
but
bro. So we talked about the stuff we didn't like in the story. Let's give it some grace. Like, what did you like about the story?
it felt like Kingdom Hearts. I mean, like it's with that eye rolling, like, oh my God, Sora, like you're
You're not
really
gonna be.
cheesy.
You're not gonna be upset about this. You're gonna be happy. About
Yeah,
it.
like
Okay.
a lot of people would probably turn off their consoles and be like, "Well, I'm gonna take that back to GameStop or whatever." But for me, I like that kind of stuff. It reminds me of
Your
it's just that
childhood, bro.
nostalgic like childhood, man. Like we're like, dude, I love this character. Like he's so stupid and like he's always just optimistic and
I
just
found
absolutely.
myself literally laughing at Donald's dialogue when you come to
Oh,
think about
Donald
it.
was that's what I loved about it is what is that line he says like this may be a good place to
To find
find
some
some
ingredients,
ingredients.
and you're like,
Like
where, nigga,
you could
where?
you could tell like his voice actor had so much trouble doing that line. Like it was
I
just too much.
when I was live streaming the Kingdom Hearts 3, at one point I was literally thinking that voice actor had a stroke, and people in the studio were like, "Is he doing the imitation, or is he all right?
And then somebody just decided, let's go with that
Just
one.
keep
And can we do it
recording,
better?
keep
And the
recording,
voice
just
actor's like, no, we can't do it better than that. Just use that.
use it."
'Cause
But I
there was
will
just
tell
so
you,
much
his
wrong with
quips,
it. I loved it.
his quips were on point though. Like, get a move
Oh,
on, I'm freezing. There's little quips. It was like it felt alive.
yeah.
This time around, like I said, when it comes to mechanics and things in the game, it's things like that made it a good game. And
Yeah.
you know, a lot of the pros don't really outweigh the cons, but the pros that are there, they damn sure shine. I'll tell you that. They
Yeah.
shine.
And I feel like I left this game feeling fulfilled. I was like, you know what? I liked playing this game. I had a good time. Is it a masterpiece? No.
No.
Is it a great game?
Yes.
I would say
it's a good game.
for me, yes, I liked it for me. But if I would recommend Kingdom Hearts as a series, would I recommend you play this one first? Well,
No.
obviously no, because it's the third one. But would I recommend this one as my favorite? No. Um, but it had its good moments. I do like a lot. Like you're throwing Mike Wazowski there. Like, what game can you do that in? You know what I mean?
No
Like,
games.
so the stuff like that, like, is really charming. It adds that charm to it. And I think that's why Kingdom Hearts is really cool, is because you have this mix up of, it's a JRPG and it's also Disney. Like, what? That is my other gripe, is where the hell are Final Fantasy characters in this game?
Mhm. Yeah, you're not playing. I'm not even. Yeah, I'm not even like
Where
shocked you're saying that. I'm like,
where the hell is Sephiroth? That's
He's-
what I want to know.
Everybody's like, final mix, final mix, final mix. Dun, dun, dun.
That,
I'm
and
like,
that,
no, it's
yeah, I
not.
think
Bro.
they won't do that. No, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they won't put them in because they literally had no Radiant Garden. They had Twilight Town, cool. No Traverse Town. No anything that was like a Kingdom Hearts exclusive world. Except for Twilight, which was very barren and just like 2 areas in the game, and it didn't even feel like Twilight Town.
Oh
Like
my
it just
God,
felt weird.
Twilight Town looks beautiful, and you know, I've said this before with a couple of friends. The addition of larger rooms and stuff like that does not make up for the lack of content in it.
But yeah, the larger the room, the more barren it is, the more empty it feels. That's the
And
thing about
like,
Kingdom Hearts 2 is that it wasn't populated, but it still felt like a level. This one
and
just felt like a
felt
place.
like a waiting room.
Yeah,
All the niggas
exactly.
there.
That'd be
Like,
great.
hey, my niggas
Yeah,
are here. Like, that's it.
yeah. It didn't feel like anything I wanted to be a part of. That's for sure. Anytime I had to go back to Twilight Town, I was like, why?
Let's see what kind
The
of
Ratatouille thing was cool, but that's
what
about
kind
it.
of BS we got going on here today. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and you know what? Another thing that upset me, they clearly make a reference to Final Fantasy characters. When you're roaming through Twilight Town,
Oh, did they really?
yeah, when you're roaming through Twilight Town, you literally hear a pedestrian say, "What happened to Cypher?" He's like, "He went on some hero's quest for some academy." I'm like, bro, can y'all just give us Cypher at least? At least give us Cypher.
I don't understand why did they just spend too much money on the Disney? Like, well, wait, they are Square, so why can't you use your own characters in your own game? Is what I want to know.
Because
Like,
I don't know. Disney's a greedy company, bro.
yeah, I guess they do kind of own over everything, and I don't know. They probably have too much share over what Kingdom Hearts, and maybe that's why it's a bad game. Maybe that's why the story's kind of
Spoilers,
crap.
straight ahead, guys, in this gameplay, by the way. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's complicated, bro.
It is complicated.
I feel like the good things about this game, and besides the lack of Final Fantasy characters, the good thing about this game, it really is just the fact that they're wrapping it up. Like, you finally see, like just now, when do you see Aqua and Ventus and Sora
Wrapping it
standing
up.
in a group together?
Quotation marks.
When do you see Terra and Ephemer? I don't know if you know who Ephemer is, but the little kid that shows up from Union Cross to help
With
Sora
the
out.
red scarf. Yeah.
Yes, bro. He's a legendary character. You guys, if you don't know about the lore of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, you don't understand how epic that character. That's the Sora of Union Cross. Like, he is.
Yep.
He's the one that
That
was
was-
deemed pure heart enough to lead the Dandelions and all that crap. Like, he's
Yeah.
epic.
That was a cool little like moment when. Yeah, well, I guess I don't know if you're just gonna play through it here, but yeah, he comes up and the Keyblades all come to life and
You see
everything.
all the usernames from every Union Cross account like show up. Like, on
I
the
didn't see
screen.
mine. That's for sure.
You didn't? I saw mine.
I didn't see mine because I didn't play it. So,
I think
No, yeah.
Square. I think Square like looks like, I don't know Square, but like when you download the game, and you look at the permissions it asks for like your email, like legit, like
Uh-huh.
to look up your email. I really
Uh-huh.
believe they like cross-reference your email to see if it has a Union Cross account, and then it puts your name in there. I don't know, but I saw
That-
it. Big
that
Red
was a really
underscore
cool-
93.
that was a really cool touch that they did. And I actually really liked it. And it kind of takes you out of the game, but it makes it feel like,
Epic.
oh, they made a really stupid game that like they actually incorporated into the main story. Like that's
It's
really cool.
Awesome.
I
All
like
these
that.
past Keyblade wielders like helping
Yeah.
you. It
You're
pulls
just, like,
you,
using
it
those
pulls you out.
Keyblades, yeah.
It pulls you out for like a second, then you snap in like, hey, this is a Kingdom Hearts game. I forgot. But see,
Yeah.
that's what it has going for it. This one of the good things. Like, at the end of the day, it's harsh critique, but then you're like, damn, it's a Kingdom Hearts game. Like, what am I
Yeah.
really expecting right now? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
And
this
there
scene
goes
right
Roxas.
here, Ventus.
See you.
I like how
Oh yeah, Ventus. My bad.
people were like clamoring for the scene that these two meet, Ventus and Roxas meet, and then when they do meet in game, it's like, huh. Anyway, and they keep going. I don't like this scene though. This is another thing. Like, why would she let that happen? Like,
Yeah. I think it's like maybe it's because it's Terra and she doesn't know if it's Terra or not.
bro, the nigga got gray hair, bro. It's Xehanort, bro.
Yeah. Well, we know that, but
Yeah,
does she
they
kind of
don't.
think?
No, she don't.
Yeah.
This is
So
another
that's-
thing. The pacing. I don't know.
Yeah, the pacing's just bad. But
But we're talking about the good things. So we
good
established.
things. Okay, let's yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
The story's wrapping up. The characters are finally meeting, which is awesome. The plot lines are somewhat getting tied up, and they're not fixing, but they're explaining the crap that we thought was like not explained well. Like Roxas and Ventus, Ventus and Sora, Vanitas and Sora looking the same. He explains it very well before he perishes. He says, "Why would I not look like you when the piece of heart that he was missing is me, and the piece that replaced that part was you? Of course I'm gonna look like you. Your part is literally the part that's inside of me, Sora." And he's like, "What?"
Yeah,
Stuff
I
like
thought
that.
that was actually really cool. That was a good touch.
Stuff
For
like
sure.
this is lit. Donald Zeta
Zeta
Flare?
Flare.
That level 400,000 Japanese Asian magic, bro.
Oh my gosh, this part actually made me. I was like, oh dude, this is insane.
To me, I already knew. As soon as he said Zeta, I'm like, oh, this nigga's gonna die.
Yeah.
No, because Zeta means like absolute zero, like destruction. But stuff like this is cool. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know, this was all paced well, and I'm pretty sure people watching this, like, they didn't explain shit about the story. Guys, Xehanort's collecting 13 vessels to clash against 7 lights to get Kingdom Hearts, like the ultimate wellspring of power, and our heroes are the 7 guardians of light trying to stop him. Apparently, in some book somewhere, darkness was supposed to win, but it didn't, and that's what's making this series split off. If you played Union Cross and you do play it all the way through, you realize the events in the book are foretold to actually happen. This is the first instance in the whole entire Kingdom Hearts saga, in history apparently, where the Book of Prophecies was wrong. So this is right now, that's why right now, the whole community is like bashing on this game, confused about the story, because everything spoken about in the Book of Prophecies happened, this didn't. This is the one thing that did not follow through.
Yeah.
So this is a weird time in any Kingdom Hearts community that ever existed, period. It's kids in Asia playing this game are like, what? Darkness is supposed to win. Like, what? The question now is what happens to the story, and let's talk about the future. Let's get into what's happening in the story. What's going on now? There was a secret ending, which there's a lighter in the background. Little Wayne's about to pop up. Anyway, the secret ending. I don't know how. No, let's talk about the epilogue first.
I was about to say, do you want to go to the epilogue
Let's
first
go
with
to
the
the
black
epilogue
case?
first. Let's go to the epilogue. Let me skip this. Skip scene. We're gonna go straight. We're gonna watch the epilogue, guys. We're gonna watch the epilogue.
That would be nice to do that.
Yeah.
And for, I guess if somebody's listening to us on a podcast, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's the epilogue where
foretellers.
Luxu, right?
Lushu. Yeah, you're close.
Lushu,
Lushu.
Lushu is actually Zigbar,
Who's
and
actually Braig.
yeah, and
Oh, what?
there's the black case that Maleficent and Pete were looking for, and all of the what are the dog face people or the animal face
Foretellers.
mask foretellers are all around him, and there's one foreteller missing. So it kind of foreshadows the next, I guess, trilogy of games.
Oh my, no, just the next game, and they should stop Kingdom Hearts at 4. They really like, or at least reboot it with this next one coming up. Like reboot the series, let it be only Square Enix properties, and like get rid of Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. Get rid of Sora if that's the case. Like just really reboot it. I love Sora. He's really like one of the awesome. He's on. I'm gonna sound like a nerd, but he's literally one of the cartoon characters or whatever characters I grew up looking towards. Like, hey, I want to be like this kid. This kid seems cool. He's a douchebag. No, he's not. He Sora is a douchebag in a way. He like completely just like renders himself useless and does what everyone else wants him to do, which is selfless in a way, but.
He's very selfless for sure. He's one of those optimistic, like, oh, I don't know what to like I said, absent-minded, but he's just all in it for his friends. So I get it.
And I respect that.
I respect it, but damn, it'd be cool to have a badass character like Yozora.
Yes, like they should just reboot it and have Yozora be the one.
Oh my god, if we see that, that would be amazing. Because I've always wanted to do after I've watched Deep Dive on Kingdom Hearts 1,
yes,
I wanted them to take that route so bad. Where
let
just
it be dark and gritty. And like
let it
Final
be dark
Fantasy,
and gritty.
Like...
Oh, because when that Toy Story thing, when they were doing that, the Rex, Varus Rex, is that what it's called?
Verum Rex. I thought it was,
Verum Rex, yeah.
Yes, I was like, yes.
I was like, dude, that's Final Fantasy 5, or like basically Final Fantasy versus 13, but or Final Fantasy 15 is what I meant, but it's Final Fantasy versus
13,
or
like the characters, 13? How they were looking. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but they're basically like it's Ignis and what's the other guy's name? Jesus Christ.
It's not Noctis. It's
No. Ignis is the guy with the glasses, and then what's the guy with the brawny guy? Starts with a G, I think.
The Backstreet Boy looking one, Garius, whatever.
I don't know. But it was basically like a mix between those two, because it was like the guy with glasses looked like Ignis, but he had like badass tattoos and like Gladius. It was Gladius. It was a mixture of those two characters in that little Verum Rex snippet that we saw. And then there's Luna Freya, who's not really Luna Freya. She's actually the original character from Final Fantasy Versus.
I never played Final Fantasy 15. Don't be mad at me, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, for those of you that have played Final Fantasy 15, there are a lot of similarities between the characters in that game and the Verum Rex characters that come out. Prompto looks kind of like the bad guy with the fedora on him. There's a mix of Ignis and GLaDOS. Luna Freya is actually the I guess the first girl that they had in the game before they scrapped it and made it not Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy 15. I can't remember what it's called, but or what her name is. But basically, it's really weird to see that Nomura put this in there, especially in a Toy Story level, where you see.
It would make the most sense though, because the whole Toy Story. You know what, the reason why I could see it being in Toy Story is because Toy Story in itself is a fourth wall property. Like toys acknowledging that they're toys and like having their own system of being with humans in the movie back in the day makes sense putting it in Kingdom Hearts. So it would make sense to do this, like a breaking the fourth wall property in a video game.
Yeah.
It'd be that one.
I could see that. It's just interesting to see though too that like you're gonna put this and put all these like nuances.
And you know what? That alone, honestly, that trailer alone, I can see Nomura saying, put that in there to make up for the fact that we lack Final Fantasy characters in the game. Honestly, I can see him saying that.
Well, also it's his baby, dude. He worked on Versus 13 for forever, and then it was scrapped. Yeah, it was scrapped, and he was like, I really want this.
He's getting it done.
And I watched something the other day that was talking about, Noctis. What is his last name? Noctis.
It means moon. No.
It means night sky. And Sora means sky. And that's the thing is, Sora is like his first like goody like this is like Disney property. And then when he drew Noctis for the first time, apparently he cried because it was like that was his new son or whatever, is what he said in an interview.
They did him dirty.
And they did him dirty because they didn't do what he wanted to do in the project.
My thing is, what game took priority? It was 13, Final Fantasy 13, period, right? Fabula Nova Crystallis, that whole 5 set of games he wanted to do. Because it was Fabula Nova Crystallis, which was like he wanted to reboot his Final Fantasy his image of Final Fantasy. He did the Fabula Nova Crystallis Final Fantasy thing, and it was like Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy Type O, his Final Fantasy 13 Versus, Final Fantasy 15 apparently, and he wanted to redo Final Fantasy 11 Online, and he wanted to be more like futuristic with guns and crap. And Square was not trying to have none of that. But you could tell.
And I think that would be a great way to go. I like that his vision. I like his vision a lot.
I like every vision he does. Like, who would have thought, like, we're playing Dream Drop Distance and out of nowhere this nigga's like time travel? Like, what? What?
He needs to work on his story a little bit, like his pacing. You know, somebody needs to sit down with him and write those with him and be like, hey, you forgot about something. Because I feel like he retcons a lot of stuff. Kind of like Akira Toriyama. We're going to get into Dragon Ball Z.
Akira Toriyama's like, oh, launch is a thing. I forgot launch existed, but she's there somewhere with Tien or something. Tien blatantly says, yeah, somewhere. Tien blatantly says, oh, I'm abstinent. I don't have sex. I don't have a lover. I'm like, bro, what happened to launch? Y'all practically moved in together at the end of Dragon Ball.
Didn't want to do it. That's why she moved out.
She's crazy. But to explain the foreteller scene here, so essentially this Keyblade here is called the No Name Keyblade, and it's owned by a gentleman named the Master of Masters, and he entitled this Keyblade to an apprentice named Lushu to hold on to it and to watch over and just partake in the events happening throughout the future to make sure the book of prophecies that he wrote down actually comes to life. And that black box, to this day, no one knows what the hell's inside of it. So we're all introduced to these characters during Union Cross, and then at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, as you can see, they're reintroduced again. We see Envy, Asad, Gula, Lushu, Ira, but we don't see Ava. Now, I'm gonna get into Ava in a little bit, but right now we have 5 of the 7 foretellers, because Master counts, meeting up. And we see the Keyblade and we see the black box. This is the first time Union Cross is actually literally physically mentioned inside a main title Kingdom Hearts game, so the fans were losing their mind. Now we see this whole exchange, and Ira here, the leader of the foretellers with a unicorn helmet, ask if this is Lushu. Then we're shown this. Xigbar is Lushu. Now, for those of you that don't understand the impact of this right here, you're dumb. Play the games and you'll see it shocked me completely. The reason there were like speculations that this guy might be the Master of Masters might be Lushu, because they both have the same temperament. They're both goofy, aloof, but no one would have thought that Lushu was Xigbar. People always assume Master of Masters was Xigbar because they both have the same personality. This right here blew every theory out of water. Now, to talk about Ava, she's one of the foretellers not here at the moment. There's the bear, which is Ased, the unicorn, which is Ira, Gula, which is the little boy in the back, he's a leopard, and then there's Envy, which is a snake, the girl. Ava's a fox, whatever. There is a scene there is a secret report. I'm gonna skip this, we're done. That's Pete and Maleficent. They're trying to go after that black box. Anyway, there's secret reports in Kingdom Hearts 3 where you do battle gates and you get secret reports. One of the secret reports speaks about a girl that was being experimented on by Ansem the Wise at Radiant Garden. It's never been mentioned before until this game, and apparently Lee and Isa, Axel, and Syx, they were assigned to look for this girl. She was one of their friends. Apparently, there's a theory going around that this girl is apparently Ava.
And not Shion.
And not Shion. Why would it be Shion? Shion was never around when Ansem the Wise was doing experiments. She was created when Sora got his memories moved out in Castle Oblivion. Oh,
I always assumed that it would have been Shion.
I did too, because like that's the only person like to get like what memories. The girl that doesn't know who she is, blah blah blah. But apparently it's Ava. But yeah, apparently that it's Ava, and just how there's a trio: Sora, Riku, and Kairi, Roxas, Axel, and Shion, and Ventus, Aqua, and Terra. Apparently, before there were nobodies and went back to being somebodies, it was Lee, Syx, and Ava. So that's a thing. I just like how in this game they tied up loose ends and also left out some strands and introduced some strands. So that's a thing.
Yeah, they like, how did Maleficent and Pete know that what this black box does? You know what I mean? That's one thing I wanted to really know, is like, who sent them for the black box? Who are they working with? Because they're not working with
Pete and Maleficent.
Yeah, they're not working with Xehanort anymore. So how does Maleficent know about this?
So there's another thing. You beat the game, so Xehanort was like, when Xehanort said you must not, he said something along the lines of, I have an answer for every eventuality. I have a plan for every eventuality. Xehanort, and here we go with time travel. Oh, God. Okay. So apparently Maleficent and Pete are looking for this black box because before Kingdom Hearts 1 and Birth by Sleep, Xehanort told her about this black box. How does she know about this black box? How does Xehanort know about it? I don't know, but he knows. So in Kingdom Hearts 1, when when Riku's possessed by Ansem, and when he stabbed Maleficent and unleashed her darkness and she became a dragon, at that moment he unlocked her heart. And from that moment on, she can pull her heart out of her body. And guess what? She can travel through time now. So, wow. That's one of the prerequisites to be able to travel through time, is to be able to move out of your physical body. So apparently she's been jumping back to old worlds looking for this black box. It's in Union Cross. I don't know when it's going to actually manifest in the titled Kingdom Hearts series, but it will. She and Pete are looking for this black box because apparently it has a power of some sort. I don't know. But that's what Pete and Maleficent are doing this whole game. And I'm sorry, guys, if you were looking for a chance to fight Disney villains like that again, but you don't. You don't fight any of the main Disney villains. You fight the new Pixar ones, which are trash. But the Davy Jones fight was so trash.
Yeah, it was underwhelming. That was the only like villain fight in the game too. There weren't any other villain fights. All of them turned into like Heartless, like the witch in Corona.
Corona, her mom became Heartless.
Like the Heartless wolf in Frozen. That was actually a really cool fight. I like that fight a lot.
I like that. Let's watch
but
the Yozora trailer real quick. Hold on. We're gonna go.
Yeah. Okay, let's actually talk about this because the Yozora. This is the secret ending. This is what you get if you get X amount of.
If you get 80 lucky emblems.
80 lucky emblems. Or if you just watch it on YouTube. So.
Yeah, there's that.
Right now, this is the new deep dive, if you will.
Because deep dive. You know what? And I'm not. As of right now, what I'm seeing, I'm not mad at this direction. Realistic, they're in Tokyo. Apparently, they're in Cyber Tokyo. They're in not Neo Tokyo. Shout out to Akira. Apparently, they're in like post cyberpunk Tokyo, like from The World Ends With You. Apparently, I don't know.
The world, yeah. This is Shibuya. So this is actually Shibuya from Japan, but it also has the 403 building, that is shown in The World Ends With You, which is making people speculate. And this is my favorite part of the topic that you asked me to come on and talk about right now. This video right here is a lot of people are thinking dream drop distance because you see Sora wake up and Riku wake up in different. You don't know if they're they're at the same time. They're in the same world, but you don't know if they're there at the same time.
That's why I said dream drop distance too. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what my speculation is, or I mean, one of my speculations is this may be a dream drop distance 2 that we'll see on maybe the Nintendo Switch.
I hope so.
But before Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out.
And that would be the perfect pacing. If they just did one spin-off, then the number instead of like 30, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't mind if they did something like this. And then what I do understand that Disney characters hold a very, very sentimental part in Kingdom Hearts. I would not mind if they just did Square Worlds. I would not mind if the next trilogy was like Kingdom Hearts, like they just gave it like a weird name after it, and it was just all crazy Final Fantasy worlds, and they introduced new characters like Yozora here, which you see with the red and blue eyes, which is basically Noctis, which is basically Dark Sora.
Yeah. Sora,
it looks like Riku though.
That's Master of Masters. That has to be.
That is the Master of Masters. Yes. If it was Lucia, if they would have shown him, is what basically I am thinking, because you already just confirmed that it's Lucia, right? Is that Lushu? Lushu is Zigbar. I want to call him Zigbar all the time. So I feel like he would have had his
like ponytail out or like his gun.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have let us know it's him somehow.
But I think that is the Master of Masters there, shown, and that will be kind of the base of the next game. Is maybe you fight Lushu and
the foretellers.
And the foretellers and all that kind of stuff. And I'm hoping
they get rid of Disney properties, man.
I'm also honestly hoping, and this is what I'll say. Yeah, the Disney thing is cool. I want Sora, and this is my biggest thing. Give Sora fucking armor like you saw in Birth by Sleep. Sick ass armor, bro.
Yeah.
Give him that transformation to go into.
Honestly, there was
Keyblade armor mode.
My theory for my whole theory for Terra's armor showing up in that random trailer a couple months back when I was freaking out. I really wanted Riku to don Terra's armor, man. Like
that would have been insane.
That would have been that insane moment.
Well, that's what I thought was going to happen. Is like I honestly did think that Ventus was going to die in that scene, and then they like Aqua, it was going to die as well, and they were going to destroy Terra as well, and then they were going to take on the Keyblade Knights. Like they were going to be the armor suits. Kairi, Riku, and Sora. Also, let's talk about how Kairi sucks. Oh my god, they did her dirty, bro. We see all Speaking
these.
Of Kairi, we both jumped to that.
Yeah, we see all this development in her. Well, we don't see no development. Like we should have known out the gate. Like after the first couple cutscenes, they're just talking and no Keyblade action. Like she's gonna get whacked completely.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
they
it's
did
every time she's there.
they did her dirty, bro. I expected how they hyped her up. Like I expected her to at least be like a mage of some sort, or something. Axel was doing more work than her, and my boy got a keyblade after. Anyway, listen, they
We
did
didn't
her
even
dirty.
see a lot of Axel either.
What? Okay, so I don't know about you, but I would like during the fights, during the boss rushes, like that whole ending part of the game, I would literally fall back and just watch like what y'all
A
doing.
lot of people said they did that, and I didn't. I liked fighting with them and you know
Roxas
being like, oh,
completely
okay,
destroys Saya.
that is the one that I did step back and watch because you didn't even have to do anything in that battle, but watch
Roxas was
Roxas just
going
go
in.
the
I was like,
fuck off, dude.
damn,
The
bro.
fact that what I'm really mad at is why didn't we get to play Roxas, dude? That was like the coolest moment to be like, all right, Sora's gonna step back for this one and be like, hey, I'm gonna go find X people or whatever,
And then you
and
play as Roxas, Sion, and
you
Ash
play as
together.
Roxas against Xion. Oh my god, or with Xion, I mean. Yeah, that would have been insane. But it was cool to watch him still, and to that reveal of like, oh, it's Roxas forming from Sora's heart awakening and whatnot. So
We're gonna talk about the ending, in a little bit. Remind me of the ending, please. We're not gonna talk about it now, but
the
remind me
ending,
of that.
okay.
Yes. Let's now. Hold on. Where? Hold on. No. Where is it? There's a certain scene. Where is it? I like how they put a theater mode, so when you do things like this, you can actually just watch the scene and talk about it. Where the freak? Okay.
What one are you looking for?
I'm looking for the lingering, not the lingering will, when the when the confrontation happens between all 13, is this it? Please be it. Let's start.
It might be.
It says
Do they
13-7, please.
This might be when you first show up to the world, actually.
I hope it. Well, I don't know. I want to talk, but anyway, the Kyrie
Because that was
thing.
just the answer to the second words. Yeah, go ahead with that.
Why? So I'm gonna ask why her character was done like that, but I'm also gonna bring up the fact that apparently she dies. Spoilers.
She doesn't die.
She dies for like, who knows how long.
No, she followed Sora, and she led Sora to all the hearts. She actually didn't die.
No, she died when this part right here, where he slices her like.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah, she does die, and
like,
then Sora has to reawaken her. Yes.
It's like, bruh, why? Like, why even do this if you know she's gonna be alive? This part right here. Oh, let's talk about the boss fights real quick. Hold on.
This is actually really cool. I liked this a lot.
This right here, dude. This right here was nuts.
This is one of my favorite parts. I actually kind of forgot about this part, which is weird because it's one of my favorites. When you're fighting, for those of you that are not watching, this is the part where Xemnas, Ansem, and young Xehanort are all fighting you, and it was really, really cool. I think this is actually better than the last boss fight. The last boss fight was kind of underwhelming. I liked it. I liked the design a lot. I liked the design of like being at the Stairway to Heaven, or what I can't pronounce in Latin.
Kylum, yeah. Ladder to Heaven.
Kylum. Ladder to Heaven, yeah. So, this fight right here was one of the cool peak moments, I would say, in Kingdom Hearts 3 of like, wow,
after
you're facing
the game can't get any better. It just went downhill, honestly. Not in a bad way, but it just it died down in the hype. Like it calmed you down.
I thought that this is where the game kind of shined for me. I actually really liked this boss battle. The last boss battle was kind of meh, but then I don't know.
Beating on an old man, like if you was like real talk, if he was like super powerful, I'd be like, what? This is unrealistic.
Well, he had that crazy ass armor when you're at the ladder.
Speaking of which, that a goat head, like, come
that
on,
was
bro.
sick. I liked it. I liked it.
It was sick. Cool. I mean, all his weapons have goats on it, so yeah, that makes sense.
I liked it. I liked the demonization of Xehanort and how evil he looked in that armor set. I thought that was really well done. I will say that fight was really stupid. I didn't like that fight.
That man with the infinite spinning keyblade attack, like he's flipping, doing a tornado. Like, what is this, Beyblade, bro? Like, come on.
I haven't done the boss fight yet after getting the ultimate weapons, so I'm thinking that. By the way, ultimate weapon form is insane and awesome, and made me like literally tear up just from how awesome that transformation is.
It looks nice. I like it. But
it was awesome. The transportation step to him. And,
yes, but like how it looks though, the design of it though, like come on, bro.
I liked it. I thought the red was cool. I thought, since the first one is kind of white in one, and then the second one's blue, right?
No, the first one is yellowish. White.
Yellow, okay, yellow, and then
second one is blue.
This red. Like I thought it was cool that they're going with the color scheme here. Like it looks different every time. I actually thought it was really cool. And then the fact that you harness final form in the transformation, I was just like, oh shit, because final form was like
The shit
that was cool. That was the coolest thing in Kingdom Hearts 2 for
that
me.
killed
I was
everything in sight. Ain't no one surviving, bro.
oh yeah, no survivors, bro.
Mm-mm.
No survivors. But yeah, I think this fight was awesome. The I guess the Xehanort fight at the end was okay, and then the cutscene at the end with Ericus coming out of randomly nowhere was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to
Does
do that.
Xehanort deserve to be forgiven though? Like, no.
Well, he's a human, you know what
So
I mean?
what?
Well, like Izzy, he's got like elf ears, right? I don't know. Like that's the thing too. Why do people have elf ears in this game? Are they
Because
human?
Elf, no, Tetsuya Nomura, he explains in one of the Famitsus, he's like, I made Elf ears distinct to the Xehanort just so like there can be some distinction between his character and stuff. Like,
No. Because what is his name? Sykes has elf ears
he's
too.
part Xehanort now.
No, but even his character.
His
in-
somebody.
Yeah.
No, he had rounded ears, fam.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I looked at that and was like, okay.
Let's
maybe wrong.
Google it real
But
quick. We're already here. Let's Google
I was
it.
like, huh, that's weird. Like it's just an inconsistency with ears. So I don't know if there's like different races in this game. Like there's elves and shit. I don't know. But other than that, the end of the game, not bad. I didn't mind it. Other than that, like Ericus just comes out of nowhere. And let me give a shout out real quick to young Ericus being voiced by Drake Bell from Drake and Josh. Hell yeah. That was like, yeah. Did you not know that? Okay,
no,
yeah.
no,
So
no,
in
no,
the
no, no,
credits,
you're lying.
it says no, look it up right now. I'm not lying. Drake Bell is voices young Ericus when they're playing chess and shit. He's voiced by Drake Bell from Drake and Josh.
And the other one is Josh Pack.
No, it's not Josh. Is it really? No, I don't think so.
Yo, that'd be the dopest tip off though. Like if they're Drake and Josh voiced by like Drake and Josh.
Dude, Drake and it's Nickelodeon Worlds instead of Disney Worlds next Kingdom Hearts.
Confirmed.
That'd be, you have SpongeBob and freaking like Timmy from Fairly Odd Parents instead of Donald and Goofy.
Stop.
Oh my god, or like Ren and Stimpy. That'd be awesome. Oh my
That'd be
god.
too dark. That'd be real dark.
No, well, not the Ren and Stimpy After Dark, obviously. The ones
Yeah.
that were, yeah, but
Like during primetime television.
yeah. The good Ren and Stimpy, I should say. But
Yeah, now that we're here though, like I don't know. Now that we're watching the end, whatever, like on the thing. I don't know. Like the overall experience for this game, it's a good game and all that.
pretty okay.
It's okay. For those of you that aren't expecting too much out of any kind of game series and you're picking it up now, yeah, play it. Why not? What the heck? Why not play it? But
If you like hack and slash games, if you like
this
JRPGs,
is
go
it for
for
you.
it.
but
It's cool.
for those of us that have been waiting, Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix better be a free DLC. I tell you right now. No,
Yeah,
no, we got
that's-
what we paid for, low key. We did.
And let's talk about that real quick. DLC. I don't know if we're running short on time or whatnot, but
No.
DLC for Kingdom Hearts 4. They have confirmed that, correct?
Kingdom Hearts 4 or Kingdom Hearts 3?
Or Kingdom Hearts 3. Sorry, I was reading Kingdom Hearts 4 in the notes I have. DLC speculation for Kingdom Hearts 3 is
Look for me.
unofficially confirmed.
It's
Is that correct?
it's they're talking about it. That's all that's been said. They're talking
Okay.
about it. Tetsuya Nomura said we're talking about it with the developers. I'm like, what do you mean the developers? It's only 17 people in your office. Like, stop it. Y'all, 17 people that make the decision. Like, stop it.
Well, in that Monday morning meeting, let us know.
Like for real, tweet it out, bro. Just type in DLC question mark Y, like with the letter Y. We'll be like, yes, okay. Y means yes. Then the fan base will go ravenous every time, like they do. Tetsuya Nomura can sneeze on his phone and like accidentally send a tweet out.
Let us play Battle Gates and let us go
Multiplayer.
through all the Battle
Let us-
Gates with
let us-
multiplayer. Challenge us. Let's do
Yes,
challenge
let
mode.
us meet our
let's
friends
have
at
leaderboards.
Battlegates. Like, let's
And
do
let's
that.
also be able to play as
Gummy
different
ship.
characters.
No, and let's do gummy ship battles with our friends.
What?
What?
I'm gonna say no on that one.
Well,
I'm gonna say I don't ever want to be in a gummy ship ever again after this game. The gummy ship was stupid. I hate it.
Dude, what do you mean? It's better than 2 and 1. You know it.
It was, but I hate gummy ship. I've always hated gummy ships in Kingdom Hearts. I don't know why. I just don't like them at all.
Gummy
I
ships
hate
in
building
Kingdom
them.
Hearts-
I hate using them. I hate the boss battles. No, it wasn't fun.
Oh yeah, to get the after a grind like that, I don't blame you for the orcalums and crap. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't. I thought it was like a better rendition of it.
This is
Then
what it should have
one
been
and
on. That gummy ship, that whole system, it should have been like that on Kingdom Hearts 1. It is Kingdom Hearts 1 gummies, but free open.
Yeah, it's open world kind of thing or open space. Well,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, back on the DLC thing, would you not want to play as Aqua or like,
No,
dude, Roxas?
no,
Playing as Roxas and
nope,
beating like Maluxa or whatever the hell his
nope.
character name is.
What
You
makes
wouldn't want to
Ross
play as Roxas against that in like a time battle or
no,
whatever?
and let me explain why. Let me explain why. What makes Roxas so precious, and stop me if I'm wrong, but what makes Roxas so precious is that very little time we had with him, and then
Yeah.
so out the gate we were like, who the freak is this? We don't like him, and then after a couple years, Kingdom Hearts 2 drops. We're playing 358. We're playing all these games, right? We see like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. Blah blah blah. I want to play as him again. We got a game 358 over 2 days. You could play as him all you want, moves and everything. It just don't look as good, but it's him. I want Roxas to be preserved as how he was, like this awesome character that we'll never be able to play as again because he's just freaking awesome. Like, he's
But
awesome.
was he awesome?
Yes, bro. What you mean?
Base Roxas in Twilight Town, the guy that
Yes.
they made seem heavier than Sora, so when you play Sora, you feel more free because Sora's actually faster to play as. I
Yeah.
would rather play it.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
the developers actually did that when you start at Kingdom Hearts 2. And I learned this from Bloody Biscuit actually. It's a Kingdom Hearts 2 speedrunner. Go
He's a
check his show,
dick,
by the way.
He's
He is
cool.
a dick, but
he was a
he's very good.
Specifically to me, he left a comment on it. Anyway,
Oh
continue.
really?
Yeah,
Well,
this was like a long.
sorry
I was like
about that.
12. I was like 12 years old, so don't even worry about it.
Oh, I can understand where that would gone wrong. He hasn't done me dirty like that, but yeah, I've heard of things that yeah, he's not the greatest guy when you talk to him, but he's amazing at speedrunning. He's got a lot of knowledge.
He knows like the freaking coding of the damn
But yeah,
game.
they
Revenge
made
value.
they made Sora or Roxas a lot heavier and harder and clunkier to control. So when you got Sora, you felt like, oh my god, this game's awesome. Like, oh, I can like move all over the place.
Well, I mean, in a way, it kind of makes sense because Roxas don't know how to wield the Keyblade. He dude had his memory wiped. He don't know what he's doing. Sora,
Yeah.
you know, he knows what he's
So
doing.
let us play Roxas now and
Oh
see the
my
development
God.
and the double Keyblades. Like, let's see that Oathkeeper, dude. Let's see that.
Oblivion. Yes, I'm
Oblivion.
okay.
Let's-
I'm mad at the omission of those two. Like they're not in this game for us to use. But then again, it makes sense because Oathkeeper
Roxas.
is Roxas. Oathkeeper is for Shion and Oblivion's for Axel. So it makes sense in a way.
Yeah. Well, really, it's from
Kyrie and Riku.
Kyrie and Riku.
But for Roxas, if you look at it, Oathkeeper.
yeah, it is. It
He's
is.
like,
for
I
them.
promise I'll see you again. No, nigga. you didn't see her till now.
I would love a Roxas standalone spin-off too. I think
we
that would
already
be
got one, bro. It's called 358 over 2 days.
awesome. Okay, I want a good one. Though.
I would like 358 is good. If they just port it to HD graphics on the Switch, it'd be even better.
If they remade it, maybe. I don't
Damn.
know. I didn't.
He said
I
just
didn't
completely
like
change it, trash
I
it.
just, yeah, I didn't
For
like that game. A lot of
DLC
people might get mad at me. I'm very sorry if you don't like it. It's my opinion.
Yeah,
If
it's
you like
true.
that game, that's on you. That's cool. I really like that you enjoy it. Me, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the story. Didn't enjoy the gameplay. But if you like it, cool. That's all right. That's cool. But I would love to see a Roxas game where you're just like, I don't know how they would incorporate that, but I love the
Honestly,
fact that you dual keyblades.
I would like to see a rock. Like I would like to see it. I wouldn't be hyped for it. What I really be hyped for, and I'm just gonna go down the list of things I want to see on DLC side or like a free
Oh, yeah,
update or
please
something
do.
done.
Yep. Which will be
Hades-
free because Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 15 was all free, so they will be doing free DLC if they do. That was actually confirmed.
Okay. Well, then, good. They introduced Hades, and he don't do nothing. They need to open up Coliseum Cups again. Coliseum
cool.
Cups. And instead of them having to like make Leon and all them show up at a certain world, they could just show up for Coliseum Cups. Like it's a thing where they all meet up and they hang out and fight in the Coliseum and they go back to the regular world. I wouldn't be mad at that
Okay.
at all.
I like that a lot.
Even Zach shows up like, hey, I was dead, but not in this game. I'm alive in this game. Like, oh, sweet. And
Did you say Zach?
Zach from Final Fantasy.
Oh my god, no.
What you wouldn't want to see him with Cloud? Like, come on, bro, really?
I have my thoughts on Final Fantasy Advent Children and the whole like backstory on that, but
All right. I want to
They
see
did-
Coliseum Cups. Final Fantasy characters, of course. If I had to pick for a world to return, if they can render Destiny Island in cutscenes, like, come on now, it should be playable. If they can render Hollow Bastion in cutscenes, should be playable. If they could render the World of Darkness, literally render like the beach, they could have rendered the world. Anyway,
I think yeah, Destiny Islands and the world between or like whatever it's called should have been the same world. I think
the
It should have
dark
been, like,
margin,
yeah, where you see the world and it's like Destiny Islands on top, and then underneath it would have been like the.
because that's what it is. Destiny Island is the door to the realm of darkness, bro. Like, that's
Yep.
what it
So
is.
that's yeah. When you see the cloaked figure in Kingdom Hearts 1, he said this world is connected. That's what he meant. Yep.
Yeah, by the way, that scene scared me as a kid, bro. Like, for real. Like, it scared
That
me.
was creepy, huh? That was a really creepy scene.
I used to
I love that though.
I used to grab the mushroom, put the controller down and run out the door, count to like 3 minutes and come back.
Are
They'd
you
be like,
serious? Oh,
yes.
that's precious, dude.
Yeah, so
That's
I used to be
awesome.
like, grab the mushroom, and as soon as I hear the piano, dun, dun, dun,
Uh,
dun, dun,
yep.
dun, dun, I used to put the controller down and just run out, then come back a
Yeah.
couple minutes later. But
Understandable, dude.
that
That
shit was
was a pretty
creepy.
dark cutscene, and it's just a dude in a robe, like, this
This
world is
world is
connected.
connected. Like,
Like,
oh,
whoa,
okay.
hey, hold on, dude. I'm just trying to get some mushrooms here, bro. Like, kill my vibe. Bad
But
trip, bad trip.
Coliseum Cups, Hollow Bastion, Destiny Island for sure. Come back with Dark Margin. You know what? That's cool, fine. But you want to know how they can tie in Dark Margin though? Dark Margin can have all the Heartless from the organization members there. We can fight them there for like extra shit. Because we always see as the organization member nobodies. We don't see their Heartless.
That's true.
So that
That
could
is
be
true.
a way to implement Heartless. But anyway, yeah.
That's a really good. No, I actually really like that idea because I've never actually thought about that. We've never seen their Heartless. We just see their
They're
nobodies.
nobodies,
Like we've seen
exactly.
Sora's Heartless, I guess, but
That little
not.
shitty thing. Anyway,
Yeah. Maybe that's what they all did. They just went into like little ants or whatever the hell they
I
are.
hope not. Oh my god, that'd be a waste. That'd be a
Oh.
big waste. What was I gonna say? So, Destiny Island, Dark Margin, and for sure, like Hollow Bastion. If I can't get none of those, if I only can get one, please take Hollow Bastion. Because Hollow Bastion holds such a freaking deep spot in lore, Kingdom Hearts. Like, that's where Ienzo and Ansem are. That's where Naminé is technically at right now. Like, that's where everything is at. Like, I would love to see that the Room of Repose, whatever, the Room of Awakening, that Xemnas would walk down, the Talk was armor and final mix. I would like to go down there. And like,
Yeah.
that'd be dope, man. Just I want Hollow Bastion. There could be so many things done in Hollow Bastion. Twilight Town, they need to open up them doors, bro. Like, why is it that the clock tower you can't access it?
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't understand.
Stupid.
They should do. They have so many. They have so many possibilities that they could do for DLC.
You know,
And even if it's paid for, if it's a big chunk, like hey, $40 DLC, it's like an
40.
added thing.
No, maybe 30, bro.
I would
29
even-
and 29.
If they put a good like amount of time into it, and
Oh, if we paying for DLC, they need to add 3 new Disney worlds.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna get to is the fact that like that was one of the biggest letdowns in the game for me.
7
is the
worlds,
fact that
bro.
They gave us 7 worlds and they already told us every single world that was in there. I was waiting after I beat Big Hero for like
A surprise
know,
world.
not like Star Wars or anything, but I was
Hell no.
expecting like Hollow
A
Bastion.
Black Cauldron or something.
Oh, dude, if they put Black Cauldron in, I would freak
Something,
out.
bro. I would have
It's too
freaked
dark.
out. Tetsuya, I really think Tetsuya Nomura has like this wall of Disney worlds he's really holding on to. I really think he is. Because if you think about it, he's rehashed a lot of Disney worlds for Kingdom Hearts 1 to 2. Like a lot. Agrabah, Halloween Town, Olympus Coliseum, essentially Beast Castle, let's be real. Beast Castle. He really rehashed a lot of worlds for 2. Like we revisited a lot of worlds. I know for a fact, bro. He has like a notebook somewhere with like it says only used in case of bankruptcy for Square. And he has Disney worlds there. Black Cauldron's one, Treasure Planet's one of them for sure.
I was just gonna say Treasure Planet needs to be in a game because that that movie is slept on and
so hard, bro. Slept on.
Such
so
a good
hard.
Disney movie.
And there's
Atlantis.
a concept there. Atlantis, four worlds are. That's 3 worlds already. The thing
Lilo
with
and Stitch even.
Lilo, we kind of already.
I'm a Lilo and Stitch fan. I have a Lilo and Stitch plush like right behind me.
Is it the Stitch plush from Disney World?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, my friend has it too.
It's amazing.
For Treasure Planet though, it has the perfect story. Jim Hopkins struggling to be like a nobleman that his mother wanted him to be, and then him wanting to be a pirate following that guy, and like he split the whole dilemma. That's perfect. And then Atlantis, man versus machine, us destroying the planet or saving it. Perfect story. Pirates of the Caribbean, I need to go back to it. I don't like it at all. The whole story. The sea is for everyone. Sora, why did you care, bro? Isn't your job not to meddle? Like, isn't that your thing? Like, not to meddle in the affairs of other worlds?
Should be, right?
Really
He has
don't
amnesia
like
though. Sora, if you go through Kingdom Hearts 3, watch all the cutscenes and think of Sora as somebody with like a really bad memory because he honestly can't remember shit at all ever. It's like he's still stuck in that little whatever thing he was in chain of memories. Because he didn't even remember what he was going to Hercules World for until like the end of the world, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot why I was here. Let me ask you something. How are you?"
Let's talk. Oh my god! And speaking of which, there's so many things, bro. The game is good. It's a good game.
It's a good game. It is. If you're not even haven't played Kingdom Hearts yet, you're thinking about picking it up.
Play
and
it.
you've played them, and you were just you weren't even like really in them. We're just very
Hardcore
cynical.
fans.
Old hardcore fans that wanted to see more from it because we've been waiting so long. But honestly, at its aspect, its core aspect,
it's a good game.
It's a good game.
And honestly, we did hype. It's honestly like I wouldn't say the game's a failure. I just say it's a 60%. Like, I'd say it's the game
Oh,
that's 60% done, bro. They
they've sold over 20 million already. I'm pretty sure. They shipped. Sorry, not shipped. Shipped and sold are different, but they've shipped 20 million units. I'm pretty sure worldwide. So it's very successful. So they do have the bank to make another one. They will make another one. It's gonna happen. But goddamn, give us what we want. You know what I mean?
not even that. Well, yes, that for sure. But like, I feel like the game was 60% complete. I really feel like there's a 40% out there that they have just sitting on a desktop or a hard drive in their factory, like in the corporate office, just sitting there. Like,
They want to do. They're gonna do what they did with Final Fantasy 15, where they redo the game and they add more stuff to it as it goes on. Because that's what they did in
this
15.
scene right here, my bad. When Goofy tells Donald to shut up, he's holding his mouth. That was so awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
I love
sorry.
that.
I love that scene.
I actually really liked this scene too because I was like, wait, is this where Roxas is in this like stupid castle? And then I remember seeing this castle in cutscenes and I was
Castle
like, what is
Oblivion.
that? Yeah,
Chain of
Castle
Memories.
Oblivion, and just like, what? How do you just open that and that's just where like, you know,
Ventus is. That's where she
yeah,
locked
like
them up at the end of Birth by Sleep. You would have. So the whole look. This is so awesome right here too. But
no, that's what I
no,
mean. It's like I didn't know that Castle Oblivion was
the
this
land
world
of
here,
departure.
the land of departure. That's what I was trying to listen to or think of. Yeah. And if I keep saying Ventus and Roxas, I'm sorry if I'm mixing that
Yo,
up. They're
believe
the same
me.
person in my
Believe,
mind.
yeah, you're good. It happens all the time to me when I'm talking to people about this. But I
But yeah,
think that's
this
about
is
well, just the DLC. Like, what is the list of things you want to see?
well, sorry,
I
what was
want
that?
to. I want to see. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you off the list what I want to see as DLC. We'll just wrap it up after this, I guess. For the DLC in the future of Kingdom Hearts, like for 3, the future of Kingdom Hearts, we'll speculate that like some other time on another video or something. But
Yeah.
honestly, when it comes to this game, when it comes to let's just dub it a final mix DLC or whatever. But when it
Yeah.
comes to add-on like final mix stuff or whatever, I just want to see Sephiroth, 3 new Keyblades. Just give me 3. Give me 3 new Keyblades. Okay, that's it. Sephiroth, 3 new Keyblades. I don't care what kind of secret boss you give me. Just give me a secret boss that's hard as freak. Harder than Sephiroth. A secret boss. Story relevant as well. A story relevant secret boss. That's it. Colosseums, cool. Final Fantasy, cool. Other like mainstay Kingdom Hearts worlds coming back. Yeah, that's fine. Just give me Sephiroth, 3 Keyblades, and a super secret hard story relevant boss. And I'm happy. That's it.
And I would agree with you if I was gonna say what my list is for Final Mix or DLC, whatever they decide to do. But please, Square, if you ever dig this up and listen to this, please just make it free DLC. Don't try to pocket me. But I agree with you. It should be new Keyblades. I would like to see 3 would be good. I would say 3 would be a good number. But let me get Radiant Garden, and let me get the secret bosses from
That are
Kingdom
s-
Hearts 1. Let me get
What?
Kurt Ziza. Let me get Kurt
No.
Ziza. Let me
Beefed
get
up,
the
super beefed
Reaper.
up.
Let me get Terra. Let me get like the armor Terra. Let me get like, it's just like trials or something where you can just run through and you can have leaderboards with your
They
friends.
can lead that into story
Like,
becoming Keyblade Master, like the Master
yeah,
Trials.
dude. So let's see that. I would love to see something that's really creative and also really nostalgic at the same time. Because like, you can't just use the same content over, but you can if you're creative with it. So I
Like
feel
Kurt
like
Zitza
Kurt
with a whole
Ziza,
different moveset.
that was the coolest boss in Kingdom Hearts 1 for
And that
me. I
wasn't story
loved it.
relevant. It was a secret Heartless boss fight.
Yeah, it was in Aladdin. It was right. You have to unlock it by beating the game, and so with Death at Neverland, that was cool. Let's never go back to Neverland. By the way, that was
Please.
the worst.
We can
That
at
was
least
the
visit.
worst
We
Kingdom
could
Hearts
visit
level.
a ship or something, but I don't want to go back to that whole flying around.
I feel like if they did Neverland like they did Pirates of the Caribbean, though, it would actually be pretty cool.
Like
Because there's a
Kingdom
lot of
Hearts
lore
2
that you
Pirates of the Caribbean or Kingdom Hearts 3 Pirates of the Caribbean.
Kingdom Hearts 3, so it's like open world. You know what I mean?
It's literally one big island. Neverland. It's like one big island.
Yeah, but you could like sail around. No, it's not like it's a whole world. It's got like its own lore and everything. You ever watch
Dude,
Hook?
well, no, it's its own world, but like the world consists of one big ass island. Like that's it.
Is that it? Okay, maybe I'm thinking something else. But yeah, let's
I
the
mean,
big
it has
island.
little
Let's do
islands
that.
around it, but it's like the main land is one big island.
So yeah, the whole like archipelago. Let's explore all that kind of stuff, but makes like little cool mini games or whatever throughout the game. Not really stupid ones like the flan stuff. I don't know. Kingdom Hearts 4, dump Disney. They're having way too much say over your game. Go with Square Enix World. Like still
Yes.
have
And you know
relevance
what?
to like what happened,
Yes,
but maybe even
let-
just reboot the whole thing.
Let
Let's Sora be.
Vir Rex be the main character, and we go to different Final Fantasy properties.
Yeah, let's like have like a little spin-off on the Switch that kind of closes the door on Sora's arc.
Yes,
Indefinitely.
explains why
And-
he's in Tokyo, and then that's it.
Yeah,
Move on.
and then just close that, start it, reboot it at Kingdom Hearts, like whatever, not even 4, just Kingdom Hearts.
Don't even call it Kingdom
whatever.
Hearts. Call it something that's like relevant to Kingdom
Call
Hearts.
it Verum Rex.
No, I would call the next series Dive to the Heart.
Deep dive, dude.
That's already the name of a trailer for another game.
I
That's
know.
the trailer
What
of
if
the game
they?
for Kingdom Hearts 2.
I know. What if they did that? The callback? That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I thought it would be cool if they did that. But those
A
basically
deep,
capture.
a deep drop into the dive distance. Like what?
Wouldn't be surprised. 2.9, by the way.
Jesus, that was a thing. That was, oh my god. I was like, oh, so this isn't even 3. I wasted an hour. So technically, Olympus Coliseum's not even in Kingdom Hearts 3. Technically. So we really have 6 Disney Worlds in this game. Because we never go back after that.
I didn't know. Was it 2.9? Did they reveal that after Olympus?
Yeah, right after Olympus, because that's a tutorial level. Sora changes his outfit once he leaves Olympus Coliseum and goes to Yensid's Tower. Speaking of which, Yensid's Tower got removed from Kingdom Hearts 3. It was literally like there's gameplay of fighting in the mysterious tower.
Oh, there is. Wow,
They
I didn't
removed
even
it.
notice that. Yeah, so maybe that's the DLC, huh?
Man, they swear to God, they better not do that.
Yensid's Tower, and then it's just like the battle gates or something.
They could do their Keyblade Master Test there. Bruh, they tripping.
They
They
can't
have
put
so many,
anything-
they can't
Yeah,
find
they have a
anything
lot.
good, so why don't they just... Oh my
Listen,
God.
Square, if you need somebody for ideas, hit us up. You see
Yeah.
my Twitter there at VashOW. You can contact me business ways there.
Right.
Like I can sit on these board meetings and tell you straight up no or yes on some ideas that people wouldn't or would like.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. Subscribe to the channel if you're watching.
Subscribe to the channel. Hit
Yeah.
that little bell. But yeah, that's about. Yeah, I guess that's about it, huh?
Yeah, that is.
An hour and a half, 2 hours,
Yeah.
2 podcasts basically. So
Almost-
long
it's literally
drive.
get
You're at
uploaded
work.
as one. Who, you?
Nice. What?
Yeah, long drive
No,
at
I
work.
said no. I'm saying if you have a long drive or if you're at work, like you got some content, I guess, to listen to two guys talk
listen to
about
this.
what they wish would happen with Kingdom Hearts
Kingdom Hearts
DLC
3.
and whatnot.
But before
Yeah.
we end it, let's just say it's a good game, guys. Like, for what it is, just a video game, and this, besides our overly obsessive thing with Kingdom Hearts, this is a good game.
A lot of
Explains
miss marks,
stuff.
but yes, good
A
game.
lot of miss marks. Yeah. The pacing.
I will say that.
Literally just the pacing. That's about it. Everything else is explained well.
Good game. Pick it up if you haven't.
Yeah.
It's available on consoles, Xbox 360 or Xbox One and PS4.
Possibly the
no
Switch.
PSP.
Nomura say it could be on the Switch. It's possible to get on the Switch. So who knows? Until next time, guys, it's been your boy Big Red. Shout out to Vash. Check out his Twitter and his Twitch. It's going to be on the video right now. Take it easy. Anything you want to say? Any special thing you want to plug?
No, just what. Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I'm not as active as I used to be, but I mean, hey, who is? I guess I'm on Twitch right now. I'm playing a lot of Overwatch and Apex Legends. That game just came out. I'm really loving it. So if you're into that kind of team gameplay stuff, I do run that about every weekday night for about 3-4 hours a night. So yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, man. Here it is, the Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts Mix 3. Let's just hope it happens.
Oh,
Final
yeah, I'm
Fantasy
waiting for it.
Kingdom Hearts Mix 3. Let's just see it happens. All right, guys. take it easy. We're out.